Republican Party's own political interests. This is what some of that breakage looks like tonight.
Where's Kelly Loeffler here? Where's David Perdue? He ought to be standing right here. Those two people want your vote, then they ought to tell you what we're telling Brian Kemp. Get a special session of the legislature now. Do not be fooled twice. This is Georgia. We ain't dumb. We're not going to go vote on January 5th in another machine made by China. You're not going to fool Georgians again. If Kelly Loeffler wants your vote, if David Perdue wants your vote, they've got to earn it. They've got to demand publicly, repeatedly, consistently, Brian Kemp call a special session of the Georgia legislature, and if they do not do it, if Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue do not do it, they have not earned your vote. Don't you give it to them.
Don't you give them your vote. Don't you give them your vote. We're not dumb. Don't be fooled twice. We're not going to go vote on January 5th for those Republican senators. This post-election act by which Rudy Giuliani appears to be singing for his supper, dancing for his chance at a pardon from the president, has now devolved into a fairly crazed political environment in which the president's lawyers really are actively telling Trump-supporting Republican voters, including the guy wearing the MAGA hat while he does it, telling them they should not vote for the Republicans who are up for Senate seats in Georgia next month. They shouldn't go out and vote. They shouldn't get fooled twice. We won't vote the way they voted in Georgia. I mean, those two Senate seats will determine whether Republicans or Democrats are in control in the Senate. They'll determine whether or not Mitch McConnell is running the Senate or Chuck Schumer is. There is a sharpening divergence now between the interest of the Republican Party and the interests of the president. What he sees as his interests and what his strange and, in some cases, desperate lawyers are doing to try to please him, given what he sees as his interests. Nobody quite knows what Republicans are prepared to do about this divergence between what the president wants for himself and what the Republican Party needs to hold on to power. As the effort to defy the election results by the president gets more liminal and weird and more failed, and also more dangerous to the Republican Party's interests, the president could sort of let it wither, right? Could let it sort of drain off into the weird Facebook nether regions in which it lives now. But he does appear to be trying to revivify it. This 3/4 of an hour long screed from the White House tonight. And yes, it had to be carried live on Facebook. Facebook, bless your hearts, because who else is going to run this much dangerous lying designed to unwire the democracy of the United States of America? Facebook will do it. I mean, that's what's going on at the top of the U.S. federal government right now. That's what this lame duck period is.